Welcome from the CES 2014, where we have now the possibility to take in our hands the Sony Xperia Z1 Compact, which is the smallest Snapdragon 800 processor smartphone on the market, soon for $499 MSRP. So it's not only a small device, but really has high specs in it. It doesn't have a full HD screen, because in 4.3 inches you don't need a full HD screen. So we only have 1280 times 720, but we have a 20.7 megapixel camera in the back with a G sensor Bione Z. We have different color options here, as you can see in the picture here, not only on the presentation but also here in the back. You can see that it's made still again like the Z, completely out of metal, which is looking good. The lady in the back has it in yellow in her hands. My colleague here has it in white, and this is the black version with again glass back, as you can see here quite nicely. NFC of course built in, a little flash, and it's also again waterproof with IP55 and IP58 standard, as you can also read here in the technical details that are listed on here, and where you can also read that we have NFC, MHL and Wi-Fi mirrorcast built in, which is rounding up the really nice picture of this smartphone. 2300 mAh battery, amazing battery life is what we can expect here from Sony again on this relatively small smartphone, which is, for example, also compared to an Apple iPhone 5 or 5S here in size, not bigger, only a little bit wider, but not much actually, as you can maybe tell here in this low comparison. And also if you compare it to a 5-inch smartphone or 5.2-inch smartphone like the LG G2, it's again really a lot smaller and handier to use. So let's try a little bit here the software. As I said, Snapdragon 800, as you can see, it really quite fast with 2 gigs of RAM. And if we start the camera, you can see here the front camera with 2 megapixels, also shooting HD video. You can read everything clearly, even on the tiny letters on my camera here, but we can also switch to the back camera, where we have not only a really beautiful picture with 10 megapixels, where you can shoot really quickly pictures, but you can also just look here inside this little hole. If I can match it right, and then if I take a picture, we should be able to see some interesting image inside, which should look something like this. So there is a little a picture of Spider-Man inside the little hole, but I have to find it right. Otherwise, if you go around the device, you have here behind the little flap, as used to from Sony, the micro USB for charging, which is also MHL, micro SD card reader for extending the 16 gigs of internal memory, and also here on the bottom the possibility to charge it via dock, so it stays waterproof. The SIM card slot, on the other side dedicated camera button, so we have a dedicated camera button on this side, volume control, and on and off switch right at our thumb. On the bottom there is the speaker, and on top here the camera, and the headphone port is also right there. You have already seen the back, and yeah, this was just a really short hands-on of the Sony Xperia Z1 Compact from the CES 2014. Till next time, peace and again, thank you much for tuning in.